Okay, namaste everyone. Today I am here in the live to teach you how to draw a timeline. So you may have many questions about this. This is the very important question for SE exam. This is a technical one. So you have many questions regarding this. Many of you are confused in drawing timeline. What are the components of timeline and what things should be included here and how to draw it? You don't know. So I have come up with this live. So I hope all of you will have a great help with this. So let's go to first slide. So first I am trying to give you different types of questions asked for timeline in SE exam, and I have categorized these questions in three groups. So first type of question is like this. So you are given the choice of selecting the events yourself. You can select the events yourself. You can select any four events by your choice. So you look here. Present the major political events after 2046 BS in a timeline. So this question is a 4 marks question. So now you have to present the political events after 2046 BS in a timeline. Means you can select the four political events and you can show it in a timeline. SE model question issued by OC 2007 set 1. In the same way, similar type of question is here. Present the political events from 2017 BS to 2046 BS in an appropriate timeline. So this was asked in SE 2074 Lumbini province. So these both questions are similar. You have to choose any four political events and you have to present it in a timeline. Similarly, select any four major political events from 2007 to 2017 BS and show it in a timeline. This is also similar, but here is something different. Show it in a timeline with appropriate dates. So it is asking appropriate dates. In these two questions, dates are not asked. Means either you make the timeline only having year, साल मात्रै भएको, only having year, that is okay. If you know, you can also use full date. There is choice in these two questions, first and second question. But in third question, the question has clearly stated that show the timeline with appropriate dates. Means you have to show the timeline with full date. Means 7th Phagun 2007, like that. But in these two questions, the question has not specified full date. So in that case, you can make the timeline only by using the year 2046, 2047, 2048. No need to include the months, or if you want, you can include. So that there is choice. And look at third last question. Construct a timeline by indicating any four major political events of Nepal from 2062-63 to present. So this is also similar type of question like first and second. Here also you have the choice, either you use the year only in the timeline or full date, that is your choice. But in third number question, there is no choice, you must include the full date. So this is the type 1 question. It means in type 1 question, you have the full choice of selecting the events. You can select any events you like, any event you remember. But inside this also there are two types. One is having free choice of year or full date. You will make timeline by using only year or by using full date, that is your choice. That is one. And second is you don't have choice to use the year, you must use the appropriate full date, like this third type of question. So this is the first type. Let's go to second type of question. Look here. Prepare the timeline completing the table below. Here should be prepare, sorry, prepare the timeline completing the table below. it is asked from Papson Lalitpur 2017. So you will be given date and event will be blank. The date will be blank and you are given events. So similarly, you have to fill the events or date, full date. After that only you can draw the timeline. So this is the second type of timeline. Let's see another example, similar type 2. Show the following historical events mentioning the appropriate full date in timeline. This is asked from Kirtipur Papson 2017. This is also similar type of timeline, type 2. Look here date is blank and event is given, and here date is given and event is blank. So this is second type. Now this can be a bit difficult for you comparison to type 1. So in type 1 you have your one choice, full choice is yours, but here in second type you have to remember the date or event exactly and you have to fill it. After that only you can construct the timeline. Now third type of question asked in SE exam is like this: represent the following events of the World War II in a timeline. This is asked from National Papson 2017. Here it is easy for you. Look at dates are also given and events are also given fully, so it will be easy for you to construct the timeline. So what is difference between this type 2 and type 3? In type 2 you have to fill the date yourself or you have to fill the event yourself, but here all the events and dates are given. And another example, show the given table in timeline. It is asked in SE 2074 RE123CC. Look here also dates and events all are given. So when we look at all these types of three types of questions, now we can summarize like this. We can classify the timeline in these categories, like category according to time gap, category according to date. Okay, so we clearly saw category according to date, like the timeline having full date and the timeline with only having the year. So these two categories we can make. The timeline having full date means now this has got full date, okay, and this has got full date, and this also has got full date, and this also has got full date. But here if you see first, second and this fourth one, I already told you there is choice, so you may prepare the timeline only giving the year 2046, 2047, 2048, like this. So in this way, according to this date, we can prepare timeline by using full date and by using the year only. So this has got a great importance, we will talk it later. And according to time gap, there are two types of timeline. One is the timeline having long time gap, the timeline having short time gap. For example, let's see for the earlier. Now look here, here 2014, here 17, 19 and 20. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it means it has got the short time gap, so it will be easy for us to prepare the timeline. And here 1939, 1940, 41, 42, it is also the short time gap, timeline having short time gap. It will also be easier. Now if we see here, restoration of democracy, maybe 2007, 2047 and last 2051. Okay, in this way it has got a long time gap, so it may be difficult for you to prepare the timeline having long time gap. And here also 15 and here is 2072, means it has got long time gap. So in this way, according to time gap, we have long time gap timeline having long time gap and timeline having short time gap. According to date, we have got the timeline having full date and timeline having only year. So in this way we can classify. Now again we can classify it in another way, like timeline with full date, timeline with year. So timeline will with full date, it also has got two categories, like uh, having full date, it may have short time gap. Having full date, it may have long time gap. Having full date, if there is short time gap, it is easy to prepare the timeline. Having full date, if there is long timeline, there can be some idea, you can use it. Not so difficult, but you can use the idea. And timeline having here, it also may have short time gap and long time gap. Now let's go to next slide. Look here, we have got a model of timeline having year. So year timeline, let's name it year timeline. And साल मात्रै भएको timeline. So timeline has this model. So I would like to show you here. Now this is the title: timeline showing the political events from this year to this year, BS or AD. It can be BS or AD. So when you are preparing timeline, first thing you have to do is what? You have to include the title in this way, and after title you draw single line or double line, that is your choice. So the first component of timeline is what? Title. After title, the another very important thing is this vertical line. So you draw the vertical line at the left hand side, and after that you have to mark the year according to the ruler measurement. Means you have to take the ruler, you have to measure this time, this gap. Maybe for example, if it is 1 inch, you mark 1 inch from here, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. This all gaps should be equal. So 1 inch, and 2007, 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 12. In this way you can keep on marking. It means what? Taking ruler, you exactly measure here. Is it 1 inch or 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters? Exact gap, the gap should be exact. Measure them, and after measuring that, you write the scale here. Here you write SCALE, scale dot dot, and measurement means if it is 1 inch, you write here 1 inch is equal to how many years. If it is 2 centimeter, you write 2 centimeter is equal to how many years. If it is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter is equal to how many years. Now if it is 1 inch, 1 inch is equal to, here in this case 2007, 2008 means 1 inch is equal to how many years? 1 year. And another 1 inch also 1 year, another 1 inch 1 year. So while writing scale, you put it in a box in this corner, and you write 1 inch is equal to 1 year, or in case 1 centimeter is equal to 1 year. So next important thing is you write here year in BS or AD. If it is in AD, you write AD, otherwise BS. So you write year, don't write here date, because we are talking about year timeline, साल मात्रै भएको timeline. So here in this year timeline, you have to write here year in BS. So another important component of this timeline is this description. Look here, you have to write short description in a box. So there may be many types of designs, but you make a simple box to save the time, and this you make it equal here, this box equal, and here also equal. It would be better if you make it shorter and this one is longer and again this one is shorter, then there can be some problem in the outlook. So it is better, this is not the hard and fast rule, but it is better if you make it straight, this also straight, and here should be the line, this line. So in this way, this is the format. So in the date timeline, full date timeline, what is the difference? Let's see. The title is similar. After that, this vertical line, look here is also vertical line, here is also vertical line. Maybe you saw the difference. Here are smaller lines. So here between the year there are no smaller lines, but here are smaller lines. This is the main difference. So when you are talking about the full date timeline, full date means you have the year, month and day. So for that, at least we cannot show the dates, but at least we can show year and month. So to show year and month, we need the 12 months here. So 2007, this one, this is 2008. So between 2007 and 8 there are how many months? In 1 year, how many months? 12 months. So we will have here 12 lines. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 lines. And again this is 2008, 1 2 3 4 up to here 12 lines. In this way, for 12 months we will have 12 lines. Now similar to the year timeline, you measure 2007 to 2008, how many inch? 1 inch or 2 centimeter or 1 centimeter. It is better if you take 1 inch, because we have to draw 12 lines here. We have to draw 12 months, so it is better if you take a longer scale. It means 1 inch is longer than 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter will be too small. So if you measure from here to here 1 inch, here to here 1 inch, now you have to draw 11 lines in between these longer lines. So this long line, this year line should be longer. 2008 year line longer, 2009 year line longer. So that there will be difference between the month line and year line. So year line is must be always longer. If possible, you make it bold as well. And between these two year line, you have to draw how many short lines? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 lines. So between two year lines you must have how many short lines? 11 shorter lines. Please remember that this is very important thing, you must not forget it. Between two longer year lines there must be 11 shorter lines. So if you do that, then there will be 12 months. Baishak, this should be Baishak, Jet, Asar, Shravan, Bhadra, Ashuj, Kartik, Mungshi, Push, Magh, Phagun, Chaitra. And after this, here you write date in BS or AD. Here you wrote year in BS and AD, because this is year timeline, only years are shown. Here this is full date, so you write down this is full date timeline, so you write down date in BS or AD. So this is difference. I think you understood. After this you put the scale in same like the year timeline, like from here to here 1 inch, so 1 inch is equal to 1 year. Okay, in this full date timeline it is better, it is better if you make 1 year gap, or you must make 1 year gap. If you make 2 years gap and 12 11 lines, it will not be correct, because we must have 1 year and 12 months. So in full date timeline you have to have only 1 year's gap. Okay, but there can be some problem if in full date timeline there is long time gap. What to do? Like in full date timeline, if there is short gap like this is short gap 14 17 19 20, means you can make a timeline from 14 15 16 17 18 19 20, 6 7 inches you will have, so you can keep it in your copy very easily. But in case it is very long, like for example this one, okay, 2015 to 2017 and 15 16 17, if you do in this way, so how many inches you need? So it cannot be made in your copy, it is impossible. So that is the problem. So in case the full date timeline has got short time gap like this, we are following this one, means keeping the 1 inch and making 11 lines in between two year lines, and you write the description like this. While writing description, full date dot dot, okay, you write full date also. In full date timeline you write full date as well. Here you don't have full date, but here you must have full date, after that short description in this case. But if it has got long time gap, if full date timeline has got long time gap, full date timeline मा चाहिँ time gap एकदमै धेरै भयो भने चाहिँ, is it possible to make in this way 1 2 3 4? Is it possible? Not possible. So in that case you have to give the scale, you have to mark only years, same like year line. You have to do you have to mark only years. You cannot mark the month and day. You have to mark only years. Year timeline ma jastै year matrai राख्ने. And after that you write the full date here in the description. In the description box you write full date, and after that description. Okay, do you understand? Okay, in once again I will repeat, in full date timeline, if the time gap is short, we have to do in this format, totally this format, making the 11 short lines in between year lines, and we have to show the month and date as well. Like for example, Vaishak, Jet, Asar, Sawan, Bhadaw, Assos, Kartik, Mangshir. Here you write 2007 Mangshir 1st or 2007 Mangshir 5th. What is date given? At least we showed 2007 and Mangshir and first, second, third. You write this. After that you write the short description. In this case, if there is short time gap, but if there is long time gap but full date is given, what to do? Can you show the month and date? No, you cannot show. So in that case you do same like the year timeline, like this. Like for example, 2010 Mangshir 25, it is given. 2010 Mangshir 25 is given. So there is long time gap. So 2010 Baishak, Jet, Asar, Sawan, Bhadaw, all the months you show in the same timeline. है जुनसुकै मन्थ आए पनि यसैमा यो लाइनमै देखाउँ. ओके, मङ्सिर सोध्दा पनि, पुस सोध्दा पनि, माघ सोध्दा पनि, एनी डेट any month you write in 2010 को जुनसुकै महिना सोधे पनि you put in the same line. But while writing description, what to do? While writing description you write full date and description. हैन, यता देखाउन नसके भएर यसलाई चाहिँ full date चाहिँ यहाँ लेखेर description लेख. So I think you feel a bit easier now. So let's go to the components of timeline. Components of timeline, we have already discussed all the components. Now this is the summary one. So first component what we discuss is the title. Title should be written on the top center of the page above the timeline. Yes, it should be written at the top and center, and if possible you underline it. Single underline or double underline is your choice. And make sure that the first keywords, noun, pronoun, verb, adjectives are capital in the title, except preposition, articles and two infinitives. Look here, while giving title either in the pie chart or in bar diagram or line graph or a report title or any title, and this is the rule, the keywords, it means nouns, pronouns, verb, adjectives, they will be capital, and prepositions, articles and two infinitives will be small, like this. For example, timeline showing the political events from 2007 to 2017 BS. So here T is capital, this is the first word, and second word showing is verb, so yes is this is the keyword, so yes capital. The is article, so here is small. Political keyword, so P capital, E capital. From is preposition, so small, and to infinitive is small. So in this way keywords will be capital and prepositions, articles and two infinitives will be small. So according to this, so keywords means especially noun, pronoun, verb, adjectives, main words, they will be capital. So this rule can be used anywhere while writing title. So after that another important thing is vertical line and scale measurement. So there are different types of timelines. In class 10 for this SE exam, for making timeline we are using vertical line, but horizontal line and curved lines are also possible. There are different types of timeline. Some can use the horizontal line as well, in this way, horizontal line also, but for now we are doing only vertical line. and this vertical line should be drawn at the left hand side, this side, left hand side, 2 centimeters away from the margin of line of your copy, so that you cannot toss, you will not toss the red margin line of the copy. Measure the line with the ruler, estimating the year and months. So the line should be exactly measured by using ruler, and you have to mark the month and year. Set scale according to the exact measurement. So you measure there and exactly you set the scale, like 1 inch is equal to 1 year, 2 centimeters is equal to 1 year, or what is that. And mark year line or month line according to the measurement. Okay, you mark year line also and month line also. Year line should be a bit longer and bold, I already told you. If possible you can make it bold as well. Longer is there. Year line should be longer, a bit longer than the month line. Month line will be shorter, year line will be longer. And you can also make the year line bold. So draw 11 short horizontal lines in between the year lines, longer horizontal lines in case of full date timeline. If it is full date timeline, what you have to do, you have to draw the 11 shorter lines. I already told you. Okay, this is year line, this is longer and bold, this is also year line, longer and bold, and other are month lines, smaller. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So in this way. Now, while counting the months, the main problem the students have is while counting the months, they make mistake in counting the months. The longer or bold year line should be counted as Boisak or January or the first month, and last short month line should be the last month. This is very easy. So look here. So always you remember, this is the very necessary tip for you. The first, this year line, this is year line. Year line must be counted as the first month or Boisak or January, and last shorter line will be Chaitra, like Boisak, Jet. Sorry, this must be Boisak. Okay, don't be confused. Boisak. Don't take this as Boisak. This is Boisak. Year line is Boisak. Boisak, Jyesht, Ashad, Sawan, Bhadra, Asoj, Kartik, Mangshir, Push, Magh, Phagun, Chaitra. So in this way, Chaitra will end in the shorter month line, and Boisak will start from the longer year line. Similarly, okay, sometimes you can take the space between year line and first month line as a month and mark it in between two lines. So you will understand by this picture. Look here. So the first way we discuss is first line is Boisak, first year line is Boisak, second line is Jyesht. But you can do it in another way also. In this way, it means this first year line and this first month line, this space is 1 month. This space is 1 month. And second shorter line and third shorter line, from here to here, this space is second month. So from here to here Boisak, here to here Jyesht, Ashad, Shravan, Bhadra, Asoj, Kartik, Mangshir, Push, Magh, Phagun, Chaitra, means this line to this line is Chaitra. So you can mark in the middle also. From here to here is Boisak, here to here middle is Jyesht, Ashad, Shravan, Bhadra. In this way the middle is Chaitra. So in this way there are two ways of pointing the months. Either you point like this or you point in the between. You take the space as the month. So there are these two ways. Similarly, the another important component of timeline is scale. So we already discussed about scale. Scale, indicate scale on the top right corner. Either you put the scale on the top right corner if there is the gap left below the title. If there is any gap left there, you put it in the top right corner, or if there is no place there, even you put it downside below the bottom right corner, this side, bottom right corner. So we already saw in the model of timeline, either you put in top right corner or bottom right corner. and in scale must be kept in a box so that it will be visible clearly, box bhitar rakhne. And after that you write scale scale dot dot and measurement is equal to and time period. So for example, scale is equal to scale dot dot 1 inch is equal to 1 year, yeah? Or 1 centimeter is equal to 1 year, or 2 centimeter is equal to 5 years. According to your measurement and time period, you have to make it. Similarly, another important thing is description. Give a short description of the historical events in a box. You try give the short historical events in a box. You may have different design, but box will be better, simple, time saving. And two ways to show the description of events. We can show the events in two ways. One is write only description in case of timeline. In case the timeline has only year. So we already discussed, if the timeline is year timeline, if the timeline has only year, we write only description. You see here, this is year timeline, so we wrote only description directly. No need to write here year or something. Year has already come. यहाँ साल आइसके भएर चाहिँ यहाँ डिस्क्रिप्सन मात्र लेख्ने. Okay, but in case write full date and description of events in case of full date timeline. If there is full date timeline, what we have to do is we have to include both full date as well as event description. Look here. So this is full date timeline. Full date timeline मा चाहिँ के गर्ने, first you write full date, after that only you write description. This is the case. Sorry. Description. Now, okay, so in this way there are important components of timeline. First we discussed is what title. After that there should be the vertical line, and after that there must be scale on the top right corner or bottom right corner, that is your choice. After that you should have the description in a box, and after you do all this, it is better if you put them all in a box so that it will be so much attractive. For example, you can make a border line here at the side, sorry, box banana. If you make it, then it will be more attractive. So this is the summary. Okay, here is title and double underline or single underline, vertical line, and year and months, marking year and months, and here you write year in BS or date in BS. Here you write events, here you write scale, and here you write description. Description box should be straight. So in this way, if you follow this, you can make a very nice timeline. Now I hope all of you got the clear concept about timeline. Still, if you have any questions, you can comment, you can contact me by any means. Now before leaving, now I will suggest you to solve all these questions. This you can screenshot or you can copy them, and you can solve them by this week. Look here, this is first one, first type of question, please check it. The second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, sorry, fifth, up to this. Okay, so at least you practice from here. At least if you practice all of them, that is best. Even you cannot do all of them, at least one from here, and among these two slides at least one, and among these two slides at least one. So if you practice these three, it will be best for you, and you will never have problem in the timeline. So please practice them, and if you have any questions, please ask me. Feel free to ask me. Okay, for today let's do this much. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.